what not to do when you go to a new country.
Somebody stole a brand new Porsche, they said, so they're looking at all the ferries to make sure it doesn't get on.
It's in a U-Haul trailer.
It's in a U-Haul.
Here they come, boys.
Hi, welcome everybody to the start of the American leg of our bus journey. We've just got into Port Angeles in Washington State, aboard the ferry from what's it called, Victoria on Vancouver Island. We've miraculously made it through customs unscathed, no body cavity searches, thank God. Although there is a bit of an element of doubt of some goings on whilst they were checking the vehicle. We were sidetracked momentarily by a fat chick called Dean, strange name for fat chicks, right? And meanwhile on board, three of the other customs officers have flogged our element off our oven. So, I don't know, a bit concerned about the whole goings on. I'd like to go back and ask them what's going on.
Can we do body cavity searches on them for the element?
I would like to. I'm not sure if I would be the best man because I've got a weak stomach. I think someone like Paul Dent might be the man to stick some fingers in some cavities. Yeah.
Hey Colin, want to do an intro?
This is Kyle. That's Luke. Kyle's showing us around the place in his hometown, Seattle.
That's right. Kyle doesn't drink either. Except occasionally steals a swig from his buddies.
And we can influence him.
Only when you can influence me. Can you see Seattle behind us?
Sure can.
Lovely.
Beautiful.
Seattle.
Woo!
And we're going to go to some bars tonight.
We're going to go to the home of grunge music.
The home and get really.
Whose friend of ours owns Hendrix.
Hendrix was born right there.
Kurt Cobain.
Was born over there.
Fraser was filmed in LA. Yeah.
But the Fraser backdrop is a cartoon of this view.
It's this view.
Exactly this view.
Say no more.
It just happened, you know what I mean? You said this great music scene sort of happened. You see it.
Did you love living here at that time?
Well, yeah, except, you know, it was so funny because I was part of that music scene sort of by default because I was managing the biggest music store there. And right when Pearl Jam broke and Nirvana, that was right, I just started working at that store. And all of a sudden, one of the guys was a cousin of one of the guitar players in Pearl Jam. He says, my cousin's band is going to be so fucking hot, they got signed and blah, blah, blah. And for the next 4 years, like 91 through 95, I mean, you'd go into a nightclub in Seattle and there'd be like all these guys in suits and ties that were record company people looking for the next act. They were signing bands like fucking crazy. And I mean, there was a shitload of bands that came out of Seattle. Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Mudhoney, Tad from Mudhoney. Yeah, Soundgarden. You know, all of those bands. And they really were working hard in the late 80s. They were playing down at Guys Club. It wasn't Guys Club at the time, and we were managing the one next door. So I was always sort of on the periphery of this thing, you know. I was never really part of it, but because I wasn't playing that kind of music, I was playing blues. So it was fun, you know, and it was exciting. I was working at the music store, but at the time, man, all I really cared about was Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jimi Hendrix, because that's what I liked to play. Yeah. So I would listen to that shit, and remember, I'm 43, so I was, 32 or something. And everyone that was that music came up when you guys were 12. When it's really, when you're between the ages of like 10 and 16, this is my prediction for all of you, because this is what happened to me. All the music that happened between the ages of 10 and 16, that shit is just branded into me. And it doesn't matter whether it was good. It's like the people that grew up in the 80s, which is the worst fucking era of rock and roll.
That was us.
Well,
partly.
Yeah, you guys were more 90s.
We were more 90s.
Yeah, you guys were the tail end of the 80s, so you kind of got the butt rock right into the grunge rock, you know what I mean? But the people that grew up that, were 16 in 1984 when Poison was like the hot band.
Yeah.
But you know what? They're forever going to love Poison. It's just
Don't
because
forget Bon
it's not
Jovi.
about the music.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, Bon Jovi, right? It's not about the music. It's about what was going on. That's the biggest change in your life. Is from 10 to 20. The biggest amount of change. Things slow down a little after 20. You know what I mean? And this is my theory anyway. And so all that music is forever just locked into your head, and your soul, and your heart.
All that say